Hello teachers, welcome to the iMovie tutorial for iPad. So today I'm going to be teaching you how to completely make a movie using iMovie and your iPad. Those are the only two tools that you will need. So first, what you'll need to do is you'll need to record some footage to use. So when recording footage, just make sure that you record in a landscape widescreen orientation. This will work and look best for the movie. Okay, so let's get started. So we're just going to open up iMovie. Now it'll bring this up. There's three tabs at the top. There's a video, a projects, or a theater tab. Okay, so you can either be in the projects or theater tab. It doesn't matter. What you're going to do is push this little plus icon at the top, okay, and it'll give you an option for a trailer or a movie. Now, trailer is something else that you guys can figure out on your own. So we're going to do a movie today. Now, it'll bring up some options to select a different theme, okay? So you can play, and it'll kind of show you a little bit about what the theme is, okay? So I like modern, so let's select modern, and then we're going to push the create movie up in the corner, okay? So now, this right here, this is going to be your events folder kind of thing. This is where you get all your footage from. Okay, now over here, this is the viewer, and then down here is the timeline. This little white guy line is called the playhead. Okay, so we'll just go over some buttons real quick. This guy will turn on and off the audio waveforms. This is pretty important. If you mess up and you don't know how to fix it, push it. It's an undo button. I think it's a limit of 10 undos before you can't undo anymore. So, and then up here, this little question mark, if you push it, it'll bring up a whole bunch of help options and tell you what things do. Okay? So, let's get started. I've filmed some footage of my dad eating popcorn and his journey thereafter. So, let's import some footage. Okay? So, there's three tabs up here, a video, photo, and an audio. First, we'll talk about the video. So, if you select that, you can pick some options. I'm going to go camera roll. This is where all of your video will go if you record it on your iPad. Okay? So, let's pick a clip. Let's pick this guy right here of him eating the popcorn. Okay, now you'll notice when I select it, it turns yellow around the edges, and then at the ends there's some bars. Okay? So if I take these bars, I can select which part of the clip I would like to put in my timeline. So now if I only have this selected, only this portion will go into the timeline. Okay, so if I push this little ellipse thing, it'll give me some options, and we'll talk about those later. Okay, if I push this play, right here in the viewer, it will let me view this section of the clip. Okay, and then this little arrow, I'm going to push that, it'll put it right into the timeline. Okay, so also if you want to zoom in or zoom out of your footage just to see more or less, you can pinch and zoom in and out. This will not change the duration of your clip, just how zoomed in you are. So then this little guy right here, this is the play button, so we'll just push it, we'll see it in the viewer. Okay, so there's our first clip. Let's add another clip in there. Let's get this one of him washing his hands after he has eaten the popcorn. Okay, so you need to keep in mind that wherever the playhead is where the footage that you select to go in will go. So if it's at the beginning, the footage will go at the beginning of the clip. If it's at the end, the footage will go at the end of the clip. Okay, I'm just going to show you at the beginning. So it goes at the beginning, okay, but we don't want that there. And maybe we don't want the whole thing, if I forgot to select it up in here and pick what I want. So if I tap the clip, I can select it down here, and it'll also give me the option to change it down here, the duration. So I'll shorten it down a little bit. Okay, I just want a little bit of him washing his hands. Now, if I want to move this to the front, all I have to do is hold it, grab it, and hold it. Okay, now I can move it to the back. Alright, now it's in the back. Now, they're in order how I want them. Okay, so this little guy in the middle, this is the transition, okay, tool. So I can push this, and I can pick different transitions. This line at the beginning is just a cut, okay? It's just a regular transition, kind of like you see in movies, right? So it just cuts, okay? I can also do this little star, and this will give me my theme. So depending on my theme, it'll be a different transition. This one's a nice little modern kind of rectangle bar looking thing. I can also pick this, which is cross fade, cross dissolve kind of stuff. So this, in between the clips, they'll kind of blur together, and then they'll go to the other one. I can pick this one. Now this first one will make the next clip come onto this. Okay, so if I and then I can pick the direction. So let's have it come from the left. So now my next clip comes on top of my first clip. Now if I pick the second one, okay, this means that my first clip will leave, revealing my second clip. Okay, I'm just going to make it go from the left again. So my first clip leaves, revealing the second clip. Okay, and the last one is a fade in, fade out kind of thing. So if I pick the first option, it'll fade out to black, okay, and then back in from black to the next one. Alright, a little different than the cross dissolve. If I pick the second option, it will do the same thing, except for to black, it will go to white. Those are your transitions. So you just select it, and you get to pick your transition. You also can pick how long it is, the duration right there. Okay, you can crossfade the audio or not. There's this little settings tool. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Okay, so let's just go with a regular cut. Alright, so now what we want to do is talk about how we can edit the footage. So I'm going to pick it, or select it with my finger, okay? And there's this little video tab down right here, okay? This will give us all of the options for the video, the visual part, okay? So you have the trash bin. If you don't want your clip, you can select it and push the trash, it will get rid of it, okay? Or you can select it and drag it off just onto the viewer and it'll go away, okay? That will also delete it. So now for all of these to light up, the split, the freeze, okay, the playhead needs to be in the middle. If the playhead's at the front or at the end, then it will only show you title, speed, and duplicate. Okay, so we'll put it in the middle. So duplicate is just what it says. Duplicates the clip exactly. Okay, and the freeze, wherever the playhead is, it will put a little freeze frame in. So it'll play, freeze, play again. Okay, and you can adjust the time of each of these clips like you normally would. Okay. Now, if you hit the split, it will cut it right down the middle. Okay, and just put a transition in there. And there's also a shortcut for this. You can select your clip, put your finger on the playhead, and swipe down. That will cut your footage right where the playhead is. Okay. Now, if I pick speed, I can adjust my speed. I can't speed it up, but I can slow it down. So this will slow it down, show you how fast it's going, okay? And that does not change what part of the clip is being shown. It's still the same part. The duration will become longer because it's the same stuff, but it's going slower. So that will result in the duration of that segment being longer, okay? And the last one is title, okay? So I can add none, opening, middle, or closing. This just, depending on your theme, these will change. Now, right here, there's this little guy, this little title thing, okay, and so this top one is my theme, so whatever the theme title will do, and then I can pick a whole bunch of other ones. So I kind of like gravity, so let's pick gravity, okay, and that'll change it, and I can pick center or lower, okay, so I'm going to pick center. Let's just select the text. Okay, you can push this little X to get rid of it. We'll call this iMovie demo, okay? Alright, I'm just going to hit done. Okay, that'll bring it up there and we can play it. Okay, yeah, I like that. Keep in mind that however long your clip is, when you add the text will be that long also. So let's say if you want to only make your text part of that, you can just select this, swipe down. Now the text is only on this first guy right here, and it'll only last that long. So it comes in, alright, and then after this, it'll go out, but my clip will still continue, okay? Now, if you have your the title, and you have it on the theme one, okay, then this particular theme has this little guy right here called Snowbird, okay, and you can try and select it, but nothing will happen. You can't select the actual snowbird part, just the iMovie demo. Okay, so how do you get rid of that? You gotta select your clip, go to title, okay, and this little pin thing, this is what is a location, okay? So you can either search one, pick your current location, or select it and type in a new one, or just, if you want to get rid of it altogether, just don't type anything at all and it will get rid of it, okay? Now, this little setting guy right here allows you to change your theme while you're editing a project. So let's go with neon. Maybe I want that one. See? So now it will change it. Okay? We'll just go back to modern. Now, fade in for black. If I want the beginning of my project to fade in for black, just not come in, I can turn on that option. Same thing with fade out to black. Okay? And then there's some other options in there that you can play with. So, now that I have this this project, let's maybe add some more. And after he washes his hands, let's have him dry his hands a little bit. Okay, let's throw this guy in there. And then maybe this of him cleaning his teeth after the popcorn. Okay, good. And as you can see, I can zoom in and out. It doesn't change the duration, just how you view it. Okay. If I want to add some audio onto this. Okay, well, actually, first let's talk about manipulating the audio on the video track itself. Go to the audio tool. I can either increase the level or decrease the level of the audio. This will give you the percentage. So 100 is normal, or whatever you recorded it at, okay? And then you can increase it. Keep in mind, 200% will be double 100%. So this bar kind of isn't really to scale. Just keep that in mind when changing your audio, okay? You can also detach your audio for some more options that will take it away from your clip, okay? You can push speed, you can change the speed of it, or you can do some more options there, duplicate it. This will toggle your fade and trim, so I can either trim it, or I can fade it, okay? So it'll bring up some triangles, and I can fade it in and out so it doesn't just come in, alright? So now, let's talk about adding a photo. Okay, so photos, go to camera roll. I like this one of the apple eating the Android, so let's pick that guy. I'll put that right in there. Okay, so there is something called a Ken Burns effect that this the photo will automatically have. Okay, so it's just, all that means is that the picture will start at one point and go to another point on the photo. Okay, so if you want to change that, select the photo, pinch to position the start. This is the start one, the top one, okay? So we'll pinch it to position there. It'll start from there, and then it'll end wherever you pick, okay? Now, if we don't want the Ken Burns effect, all you have to do is set the start and the end to the same thing, and then it won't do the effect. Sometimes it's a little hard to do, just play with it until you figure it out. This moves just a little bit, not anything noticeable, so I like that right there. Okay, now let's say I want to add some audio to my project, some music. Okay, I can go to my audio tab. Okay, there's theme music that goes along with each theme. Okay, there's also sound effects that you can add, and then any music that you have in your iTunes library you can also add. So let's go to songs. We'll see what I have. Let's go Beat It by Michael Jackson. If I want to, I can play it in here. Listen to it. Okay, I like that. Let's drop that in there. Okay, it'll drop that in there. I can select it, pick how loud or soft I want it, just the speed, fade it, lots of stuff like that. Okay, but I think I'm just going to keep it regular. Play. I like how that's going. Okay. So now, I have that. And then this little guy, like I said before, will toggle your audio waveforms on and off. So it'll just show them to you. Okay, so now that I have that, if you haven't pre-recorded your footage that you want to use in your project, you can push this little guy right here, this little camera, and you can either take a video or a photo. So let's just take a photo, nothing I guess, then it'll show you your photo, which is just black, and you can either hit retake or use photo. So if I hit use photo, then it'll throw the photo in where my playhead was. So let's just get rid of that, I don't want it. Now if you would like to do a voiceover over your project, you push this little mic guy, okay, the microphone, and then it'll start from where your playhead is. You just push record, it'll count down from 3. Once it gets to 0, it'll start recording and it'll play along with your video. So whatever you're saying will record straight into the video. So I'm going to push record. Count down for me, and now it'll start. So whatever I'm saying right now is being placed into the project. So I push stop, I can review it. Now it'll start. Listen to what I said. Okay, I can retake it if I don't like it, or I can push accept. Okay, I like that, so we'll keep it there. Alright, I feel finished. Okay, it's good. So now once I am finished with a project, you need to export it so that it can be viewed more easily and also transferred to other devices. Okay, so you're going to push this little back arrow. Alright, and you can also name your movie there. So we'll name it iMovie Demo. Okay, and then you can either play it, delete it, go back to editing. Then this little guy in the middle, the square with the arrow coming out, you push that and it'll give you your exportation options. You can either save the video to your camera roll, save it to iTunes, Facebook, YouTube, Vimeo, CNN iReport, message it, email it. There's all of those options. And then there's also the iMovie Theater. Okay, so if I click the iMovie Theater, it'll show me a little status bar right here. It'll say exporting movie. Okay, and that should take just a second. It's pretty short. Okay, so now it's done. So now in my theater, it will show me my exported projects. Okay, so I can open iMovie Demo. I can play it. Okay, or I can go back into editing it, delete it, or export it to another place. This has been a iMovie demo. Hopefully you will be able to figure out how to do this for yourself. Good luck!